G'day guys, Outback Outlaw here. I'm in the can. Anyway, while I'm in the can, I figured I'd answer some questions that Motogspot asked me on one of his videos. Well, he did a video. Anyway, the question was, what motivated me to buy my first motorcycle? Well, the first motorcycle I bought didn't have a license. It was 800 Suzuki Boulevard. I bought that for my ex-missus, and I used to ride that around without a license, and that was probably not the smartest thing to do in the world. So anyway, that was the first motorbike that I bought, and the next motorcycle that I bought was a 650 Yamaha Classic cruiser, shaft driven, 2015 model. I bought that, and that was the first motorcycle I had with a license.
2 hours later.
So I guess the question was, what motivated me? Well, what motivated me was, or what motivated me to get a license was that I wanted to ride legal, and I wanted to end up buying a big cruiser. I hadn't made up my mind what I wanted to buy, but in Australia you can start off with a 650 cc, so that's what I went with, and that's what I want to do. I just wanted to have the freedom on the road. You know, I started riding when I was about 8 years of age, and I was on a postie bike, and I was told to put it in second gear. I put it in second gear, and I was told to just keep it in second gear, but I thought my hostel parents said put it in third gear. So I put it in third gear, the bike took off. I went with the bike and I ran into an electric fence. So it was a number of years after that that I decided that I might try riding again, because I got an electric shock. No, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at the time. I still don't think it's funny. I think I've suffered a lot of trauma because of that situation, and I sense that there are a lot of you out there that are thinking that this is hilarious. Well, I don't think it is. I've been severely affected. Booyah. Anyway, so that was why I decided to buy a motorbike. Motorbike? Was it a motorbike or a motorbike? I don't know. The next question that Motogspot was asking was, what kind of riding do I like? Do I like twisty, straight, solo, or group? So basically, the only time I've ever played twisty is basically when we had the mat, and you'd try and put your feet and your hands on different parts of the mat, and you'd have talcum powder down on the mat, and then you'd, you know, get into all these different kind of things. Your bodies would entwine, and what? Oh, you mean twisty as in, oh twisties as in around, right, okay, start again. Twisties, okay. Well, as you know, I have a pretty straight road, and I've got a couple of corners that go slightly to the right, slightly to the left, and they're pretty cool. So I reckon I have to say that I like going with the twisties. But then pretty much all the riding I've ever really done is straight. Straight down that way, straight down the back. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It feels better. Stop. get back to it. So, yeah, the roads that I ride, they're pretty much straight. But I tell you what, if I was in America right now, I'd be going out on those twisties, the Tail of the Dragon, and all those other roads that everybody else talks about. I'd be on those roads, no problem. I don't think I'd be going very fast, probably about 10 kilometres an hour, because it'd freak the crap out of me. But at somewhere along the line, I'd get used to it, and I'd have a good go. Yeah, but pretty much all the riding that I've ever done has been in the Northern Territory or Western Australia, so I've never been anywhere else to ride a motorbike apart from when I was growing up as a kid, and that was in PNG, and I wasn't riding on any roads there. I was just riding around the paddock. Anyway, that was the second question. Oh, the next question was what's my favourite trip? Next question was, what is my favourite trip? Day, weekend, or longer? Ow! Right, yeah. Sorry guys, just tripped. Well, my favourite trip, I've never actually done a long motorbike journey, although I'd love to do one. So, all I can say is that I reckon that would be my favourite. But what I've done basically is just do day trips. I haven't done any weekenders, haven't done any long journeys, so it's just a day trip. So I can't really speak about what I do know, and that is day trips. But what I do want to do is take some long trips. I'd love to go to New South Wales from Western Australia. I'd love to go from where I'm at now to Perth. I'd love to go from here to Queensland. So been there some long trips. What's my favourite ride destination? Look, I'd love to do the Great Ocean Road here in Australia. I did it in a motorhome and that was pretty hair raising, but I'd love to do it on a motorbike. I'd love to do the Nullarbor Plain, and you know, like I said earlier, there's a lot of roads in America that I'd love to do. There's some roads, I don't know what the roads are, but there's a lot of bloody roads in New Zealand, and I'd love to do New Zealand as well. So the answer to that question is anywhere in the world rather than here. What's the biggest lesson motorcycling's taught me? Well, I think for me it's about respecting the road and respecting those that are around you. The road conditions can change very quickly, particularly up here in the north, and probably wherever you are as well. But that's what I've learned, is that you have to respect the road. There's only a few inches between you and the ground, and you're going pretty fast, or sometimes I'm going pretty fast, and you know, those road conditions, you might have ridden that road yesterday, but it could change tomorrow. Yesterday, it could change tomorrow. You rode it yesterday, it could change today, and it could be the same tomorrow. Well, no, that's not gonna work, is it? How would it be the same? Anyway, you get my drift. Basically, you need to respect the road and everything that is around you. You've got animals, you've got trees, you've got the weather, you've got other vehicles, you've got other motorcyclists. Respecting the road is the biggest lesson that's been taught to me by the road. Next question, is there any words of wisdom for anybody that wants to get into riding? Yeah, I do. I do have some words of wisdom. Use a motorbike. That's probably the best thing that you could ever do if you wanted to get into riding motorbikes, is use one. Yeah, that's my word of wisdom. If you don't have one to use one, buy one. And then the last question was, what's my next biggest destination? Well, I'll tell you this, it's pretty monumental. I don't think you guys would be able to achieve this, that's for sure. But my next big ride destination, wait for it, to be up my bloody driveway. It's Outback Outlaw. The next 3 motorcyclists that I'd like to get them to do this challenge for would be the following. Mark and Karen from Homebeez. If you haven't checked their channel out, go and check their channel out. Mark and Karen from Homebeez. This is your next challenge. The next guy, Diesel's Hog Vlog. Go and check his channel out, mate. This one's for you. The next one is Mohawk Mike Motorcycles. This challenge is for you, mate. If you haven't checked his channel out, go and check him out. Alright guys, this is Outback Outlaw. That's it for me. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll catch you later.